When I was a little girl, probably about 10 years old, I remember being down in Florida with my family, and we were on a sailboat, and there was this crashing noise, and this pelican came falling to the ground from a nearby sailboat where it had hit the mast of that boat. And I went running over to investigate, and this poor bird was lying on the dock, and it was completely wrapped in fishing line and fishing hooks and just thrashing around under the weight of all this stuff that it had on it. And I picked up that bird when I was a little girl, and I held it on my lap, and it died within a couple of minutes. And that was pretty much my first direct experience with injured wildlife, and certainly what was really impactful for me is that we had done that to that bird. People had done that to the bird, and that was the earliest that I can remember where I felt real resolve that we needed to do something. I needed to do something as a human to undo some of the damage that we do to wildlife that we live with. Toronto Wildlife Centre is a wildlife hospital to help sick, injured, and orphaned wild animals, and a place where the public can find help with all their wildlife questions and issues that they have.
Wildlife in our urban environments face a number of challenges. Often in this city here, we see animals getting into all sorts of predicaments that usually have to do with things that humans have created.
We do, like on Hotline, we receive up to 30,000 calls per year, which tells me that there's actually a great need in the community. You know, when I talk to people on the phone, a lot of the time, like, they don't know where to turn to, and people are often very relieved and they're very happy that there is an organization like ours that can help them in these situations, because there really isn't a whole lot out there.
Toronto Wildlife Centre was started by myself and a group of volunteers because there was nowhere in Toronto or the Greater Toronto area that could actually provide help to wildlife and to the public with wildlife issues. So that was about 20 years ago at this point, and there's still just Toronto Wildlife Centre to help the public in the Greater Toronto area with wildlife issues.
I've been the Friday afternoon hotline volunteer for over 5 years, right? And there's always something going on. It's always an animal in trouble. There's always someone trying to help an animal in trouble. There's always a lot of activity, and it's always interesting.
Well, wild animals are different to work with than domestic animals for a few reasons. First of all, a lot of domestic animals often come with an owner, so you're able to get a history of what happened. You know, are they limping? Are they not feeling well? How long has it been going on? Whereas with wildlife, we don't know the history. We don't know how long that animal has been in the condition that it's in. The injuries aren't always apparent. They don't come in, you know, bleeding. They may come in just very quiet.
Well, I feel that a place like Toronto Wildlife Centre needs to exist because humans aren't the only thing that inhabit this world.
It's a great way to let people who have found a sick or injured or orphaned wild animal actually do something. A lot of people find an animal, they want to be able to help, and Toronto Wildlife Centre gives them an opportunity to do that.
90% of the animals that are coming in are either hit by cars, attacked by cats, pushed out by development, and I feel it's our responsibility to help these wildlife in need.
The most rewarding aspect of my job here at the Wildlife Centre is the final release of an animal, especially the ones that I've actually gone out and rescued from some sort of horrible, potentially life-threatening situation. I've come in, intervened, brought them into the care of the hospital. The staff here and volunteers have worked hard and diligently to get that animal back to health and being that they can then cope and being a wild animal again. I'm fortunate enough to be one of the ones that does a lot of the releases. So seeing that animal being freed back into its environment, there's nothing like it.